Hello, everyone. Welcome to My First Mon on Joy Clicks. I'm one of your hosts, Jack Martin, alongside Christian Buckley.
Good day.
Good day. Yeah, getting right into the Australian accents here. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, I've never played a Pokemon game. So, Christian, it was your bright idea to have me play Pokemon Blue.
And you're having a good time.
I am having a good time. So each week, I'm going to be playing through Pokemon Blue, documenting my experience with you, Christian, and you, meanwhile, are playing Pokemon Red.
Yes, sir.
Jogging your memory.
I've never played Blue in my life.
Is that true?
Yeah.
How come?
I had Red as a kid.
And you just...
So when
They're the same games.
When I had the original Game Boy, I had Red and I had Yellow.
Okay.
Yellow was different enough where I was like, I'll play this one too. Later on, when the remakes came out, Charmander was my boy growing up. So when the remakes came out, I was like, obviously I'm buying the Charizard version, Fire Red, instead of the Venusaur Leaf Green. And then, yeah, I just never got around to playing Blue.
Interesting.
I don't think I ever will.
What's your favorite color? Blue? Or which color do you prefer, blue or red?
I don't know. Like,
was that even in your mind as a kid?
It must have been subconscious, because like as a kid, my favorite color was green.
Ah.
But pretty much every single video game thing I own is red.
Is that true?
My PS4 is red, my controller's red, my 3DS is red, my Switch that I bought at first was the red Joy-Con.
Okay.
I have a red tablet.
Ah, you're a red guy then.
I guess.
I'm a blue guy, personally.
Yeah.
So if I had to choose these games based on color, it'd be Pokemon Blue.
Yeah.
So we left off in Lavender Town.
We did.
I just got there. There's these signs and these folks saying something about these dead Pokemon.
Lavender Town is one of the coolest things about this game.
It's so weird. What's going on here?
It is so weird. So Lavender Town, first off, this is a fact that is something that people like to say. So the music in Lavender Town, in the original release, was like driving people insane. Like
Really?
actually insane. I'll send you links to read about this earlier.
Oh, like actually, like people were like...
Well, like kids were like feeling disturbed because of it.
This is like the Lionel Coin Bank commercial. You remember that?
No, but like...
So bad.
Okay. It was like really unsettling for them, and then it was making them like terrified and like getting to them. Personally, I kind of like the music.
It's creepy.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's the music in the US version. I think it might be the original Japanese release is the one that has the big hubbub about it. But I like Lavender Town a lot. I like it's a nice break of pace because everything so far has been like, oh, the world of Pokemon, so
very
nice.
happy, go lucky.
I'm gonna eat my Poke Sandwich. Here's a Poke Potion. Here's Pokemart, Poke Flute, Pokemon, and then you walk in after a frustrating cave if you don't have Flash.
Oh, do people go through that without Flash?
First time I ever did it, I went through without Flash.
Oh, Christian, no.
Yeah.
Did he have repels at least?
No.
Oh, goodness.
I was a kid though. That was like a week for me. I was happy.
That's true. That's fair.
So, but yeah. So you walk out of that potentially frustrating cave.
Yeah.
Pokemon might be like close to death. Then you gotta face like 3 more trainers to get to the next Pokemon Center.
Yeah, that annoyed me. Where I was like, oh god, I have to.
And then you walk into this town and the vibe changes.
Really dark.
Yeah.
Death. The first mention of death in this game.
Yeah.
And I didn't know death was a thing in the
Yeah.
Pokemon universe, and now I do.
So you see that tower when you walk in. What do you think it is at first?
I don't know if I had a particular
Nothing.
idea about it. Maybe.
But
some
it's
sort
the
of
first thing that looks like that.
Yeah.
The first thing that looks like not a gym, not a store, and not a house.
Definitely weird. Little haunted mansion, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, I was actually gonna ask you this. Like, I didn't know if Pokemon could die.
Yeah.
And now I know they can.
So
I wonder how.
In the lore, they can.
Yeah. In theory,
yours
they don't.
can't. Like in
practice, they
gameplay.
can't, yeah.
Story and lore, they can.
Old age,
traumatic
cancer
moments, bad experiences. Maybe you didn't get to a Pokemon Center in time.
I see.
And they were passed out too long.
Ooh, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
It's weird because they establish that that's a possibility, but they never let it happen for you.
Yeah.
I think that might be too dark
that would
for
be
the
really
game.
Dark. Your Pokemon is dead.
Yeah.
Sorry. Wartortle, dead. I wouldn't like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Lavender Town, a little strange here.
So you continue exploring?
Yeah, I go into this house and someone says that Mr. Fuji is not home.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get there.
NPC with a name.
NPC with a name.
Important.
It must be some sort of important man. There's a dude that can rate nicknames.
Yes.
And this is funny. Because I have no nicknames at this point.
Yeah.
I go in, he is like, I can rate your nicknames. And I was like, I don't have any, so I left. And then I was like, I know how video games work. I went back in and I was like, all right, you can rate my nickname. And I selected Pikachu. Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh, that's okay. And I was like, this is a generic answer. I know where this is going. And he's like, how about I give you a new one? This dude can rename Pokemon. Now I know.
Okay, I forgot that this was in the game.
Yeah.
Did you use that at all?
No.
Okay.
But I like how it's there.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's a lot of things like that in this game.
Yeah.
Where if you miss them, there's some random generic man or woman in the world that can do these things for you.
So here's a funny story.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a kid, before, again, dumb kids, I knew you can nickname things, and then I selected by accident I wanted to nickname my starter, and it brought up the character screen,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, if I go back, is he just not going to have a name? So I filled out Charmander, and then when he evolved to Charmeleon, I said go Charmander, because I named him Charmander.
Oh, I see.
So then when I got to the name rater, I had to, by then I think I might have had a Charizard. So I was like, my Charizard named Charmander, I had to rename to Charizard.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Because dumb kid.
Yeah, so I was worried about that too. And I
Yeah.
saw like there are some random buttons on the right side that you can like navigate to via controller. And I clicked ED, which is a funny acronym if you think about it. But
Wait, sorry, what?
it was like all the way on the far right of like the keyboard, or like of the like text keyboard that you can enter in.
Oh.
It was like ED, which I mean probably meant like end or something.
Oh,
So
right.
or enter or something, and I hit that and like nothing happened.
Gotcha.
So my Pikachu is still Pikachu.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that was that. I thought that's cool.
I was so confused for a second. I was like, wait, like a laptop?
No. Like the keyboard on screen.
Okay,
if
gotcha.
that makes sense.
Gotcha.
I caught a Vulpix
Oh, nice.
at some point or another. Haven't really used it.
Is Vulpix in your team right now?
My team still remains.
Yeah, let's run through that.
Let me bring it down here. Let me I have it in my notes here. If I can get to it. Let me access it. Stand by.
Do you
Okay.
use Docs or Word?
I use Google Docs.
I don't like Docs.
No?
No.
Are you Microsoft Word guy?
Yeah, just because that's how I learned it.
Microsoft Word is good, and it's better at spell check.
Yeah. I mean, Docs, like, if you're playing in your bed, you can just, like, pull up your phone, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, add things to it.
So this is what I got here. Wartortle, level 33. This is by the end of this current episode. So by
Okay.
the end of after the 4th gym, which we'll get to. Wartortle,
Mm-hmm.
level 33, 91 HP. Pikachu. Is that HP, 91, or is that defense?
That's HP.
Pikachu, level 32, 79 HP. Dugtrio, level 33, 78 HP. Wigglytuff, level 23, 101 HP. That's for the European listeners. Bellsprout, level 18, 47 HP. Throwaway Pokemon. That's what I'm rocking.
What do you think Bellsprout evolves into?
Oh, well, he's some sort of a flower, I would say. Bellsprout. I don't know. Some sort of a big flower.
So you don't... He's the only grass type you got, right?
And that comes into play later, and we'll get to that.
Okay.
But yeah, he's the only grass type.
Might be worth hanging on to him, if you can.
Okay.
I don't want to influence anything, but you
Okay.
want to... You were talking about having a diverse lineup, you know?
Yeah.
Grass can be helpful for a variety. Most of them are in the first half of the game, so you're probably past the gyms where grass is like super helpful.
Hmm.
Like grass is super strong against Brock, against Misty, ground types
Mm-hmm.
way good against. Going through caves like Geodudes, Onyx, stuff like that.
Okay.
Grass is super helpful,
Interesting.
but yeah, that's mostly we've passed that now.
I do use Bellsprout later, and we'll get to that.
Cool.
Very kind of frantically, and we'll get there. Yeah, caught a Vulpix. I go into the Pokemon Tower. I finally realized what that building is.
Yes, it.
And the first thing I learned, no cycling in Pokemon Tower. Sorry. And I realize it's kind of like this mourning site
Yeah.
for dead Pokemon. Really messed up. So
I mean, it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Like those things don't live forever.
No.
Like
And now we
they're
know.
animals.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't know what the rules were of this game.
I mean, personally, I've never seen a pet cemetery, if you will. Now, theaters.
Catch it in theaters now.
But yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah,
makes
fair
sense
enough.
in the world. If they care that much about Pokemon,
Yeah.
they'd have a site to bury their loved ones.
Very sad. And then I go throughout Pokemon Tower, and I run into a young man named Ash. It's my rival.
What do you think Ash was doing there?
Oh, I didn't think of that. Why was he there? I mean, I just assumed like he kind of just shows up randomly. Like, why was he on the SSN? I don't know. Maybe to learn Cut? Why was he... Oh, maybe I know now. Maybe he needs to do the same things that I need to do.
So, okay, so you fight Ash.
Right. I fight Ash. He's got a Pidgeotto.
You fight Ash in a graveyard where people are mourning their dead Pokemon.
Yeah,
It's
little-
let's have a fight.
A little messed up. Ash.
So, yeah, what's in his
Have some
lineup?
decorum.
What's in his lineup? right now?
Pidgeotto. I believe he had that earlier. I don't even know how to pronounce this. Gyarados?
Gyarados.
What is it?
Gyarados.
Yeah, Gyarados. I don't even remember what that was. He has 5 Pokemon. Jesus.
Gyarados is like a water dragon.
Okay. Growlithe,
Mm-hmm.
Kadabra,
Mm-hmm.
and Ivysaur.
Correct.
I believe Ivysaur is the only one that gives me a little bit of trouble, but not that much.
What do you think Gyarados evolves from?
What is he again?
The water dragon guy.
Onyx? No, Onyx is...
So he's like a water dragon. Like he's got a fish face, kind of.
Oh, Magikarp?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Magikarp's so dumb, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah. It's a good investment.
I guess it is. Are these dumb Pokemon, like, really good investments? Like,
Sometimes they are.
he sucks now, but...
Like Magikarp, when you catch him, he only knows Splash.
Yeah.
Useless.
Yeah. You gotta teach him moves.
Or it like just throwing him in, pulling him back
Pull him
out.
Yeah.
Level 20, bam, he's a water dragon now. Pays off.
It's good to know.
So you ran through his lineup.
Yep.
Are you noticing anything that's missing?
He had an Ivysaur.
Mm-hmm.
Let's refer back to the notes here. What was he? You got a Raticate. Thank you for not including that.
So there's a theory, Jack,
Okay.
that when you fought Ash in the SSN, when you fought his team,
Do you murk Raticate?
so Raticate is one of the members when you fight him there.
Right.
That's the last time you see him. And then next time you show up, he's in a graveyard for Pokemon, and he does not have his Raticate anymore. And his Raticate, his Rattata was like one of the first Pokemon he caught.
Insert Steve Urkel's. Did I do that? I don't think I
The
did.
theory is he did. Because the thing is, you're on a boat. You had a delay to get to a Pokemon Center if you're on a boat right now, you know?
Oh.
Might take you a little longer.
So he's stuck on the boat when you left.
I think he leaves after you beat him. But he's still on a boat. Like, he might not be done in there.
Sorry. Not really. Raticate. Ugh.
So, yeah,
Gross.
the theory is that he's in there mourning his dead Raticate.
I hate rats, so I have no sympathy for this Raticate.
All right, so what else happens in here?
And I keep going. I run into these enemies called channelers.
Yes.
They're really strange.
Yeah, they're like psychics.
Yeah.
Got fans.
And then eventually I get to this point where there's a purified, protected zone that
Mhm.
heals my Pokemon.
Yeah,
That's the first time I've run into anything like that in this game.
that is the only thing like that in this game.
Pretty cool,
Yeah.
because it's really far into this dungeon.
Also, the lore context there.
The lore context.
Yeah, just like, oh, it's a holy zone. Walk
Oh.
in, healed.
Yeah, very cool.
It's on graveyard.
So many Ghastlies here.
Yeah, what do you think of Ghastly?
It's weird. Like, that's a Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's weird to me.
Mhm.
This is the one example I can think of where this Pokemon doesn't feel like a Pokemon, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
It's just, maybe the design of it is just so different than everything else. It's like a ghostly figure.
Have you seen any other Pokemon in this tower?
I don't think so.
Have the channelers thrown out any new Pokemon? Like a Haunter, perhaps?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think I've encountered a Haunter.
Okay.
Mostly Ghastlies.
Okay. Ghastly evolves into Haunter.
Oh, okay.
Similar to Slowpoke, Haunter is one of my favorite Pokemon ever.
Yeah.
Like, he's not that great as an actual, like, fighter or
Yeah.
anything, but I love Haunter.
Okay. Maybe I'll mess around with Ghastly.
Really good design.
Yeah. I believe I eventually catch a Ghastly.
Okay.
But I get to the end point, and I go into these stairs,
Mm-hmm.
and I encounter a ghost.
Mm-hmm.
And
So what are you thinking there? You found a ghost.
Yeah, I found a ghost, and I try to...
It transitions into battle too, right?
Yeah, it transitions to battle, and I try to fight it, and it says my Pokemon is too scared to move.
Mm-hmm.
Keep trying to use different Pokemon, too scared to move.
You try and catch it?
Try to catch it, wouldn't allow me to catch it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay. I believe I read on a sign earlier that I needed a Sylph Scope, or...
I think somebody says something about it, yeah.
And I was like, maybe I went here a little too early.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a dandy little escape rope because I didn't want to venture back, so I got out of there. And I was like, okay, well, let's progress further somewhere else.
Good idea.
And I believe I tried to go down,
Mm-hmm.
and I found the Snorlax.
The same Snorlax.
That was blocking my way.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, I see what's happening here.
The world is connecting more.
Yes. So I go left instead of down, and I eventually go into Celadon City.
Celadon City, the first city that feels like a city.
Yeah, real. What I have here, big market, a lot of eyes there.
Yes.
But it's really it's not even a market. It's like a.
It's like a mall.
It's like a mall, and it's like, there's a gambling casino, right? Is that a casino?
Is that there?
There's a bunch of people gambling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
My bad.
the market itself, the Poke Market is multiple floors,
Yes.
like a high rise. And I'm so intimidated by this because they have so many different
Lots of
items
items.
that I don't know what they do. There's soda, there's iron,
yeah.
and these. I don't
So I'll do a quick run through for you.
Okay.
Iron, calcium, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You give that to a Pokemon similar to the HP up.
Defense.
So it's each one is a specific stat.
Oh.
So if you give that to them, it will permanently increase that stat by 1.
I'm gonna mess around with that then.
They are expensive,
So
so it prevents you from making a super tanky
makes sense.
psychic Pokemon or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that. So that's what those do. I believe there's some TMs you can buy in there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh yeah, they have I don't know if they have all of them. But
Which I don't know if
they.
they tell you the description
They
of
don't.
them. So feel free to look those up
Okay.
if you're curious.
Yeah.
I think you can get Thundershock as one.
Here's my question about TMs.
Yeah.
Do you mess around with them at all?
Do I?
Yeah.
Well, it depends.
Because I don't want to give my Pokemon a
move that it will learn.
move that it will learn, or I don't want it to prevent it from having a move learned. You know what I mean?
So that I can tell you will not impact anything.
Okay.
So if I give Pikachu a TM for a Thunder move,
Mm-hmm.
and then later on he wants to learn a Thunder move, I can still erase the TM.
Okay.
And that won't impact his progression. If I teach, say at level 28, Pikachu learns just Thunder.
Right.
If I had a TM for Thunder, which I don't know if there is one, I could give it to him early, and I think at that point, when he's supposed to be able to learn Thunder, it just wouldn't give me a prompt.
Okay.
Because he already knows it.
So, are there specific moves to specific Pokemon that if you erase them, you're screwed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any way to tell that?
I don't think so.
Okay.
You can probably find a list if you really wanted to be assured.
Right.
But
that's what I'm worried about.
In most cases, does Wartortle still know Bubble Beam?
Oh, he sure does.
Okay. And you erased Bubble for that?
Yep.
Okay. That is a trend of stuff like that. So as your Pokemon level up, usually at a certain point they will be able to learn a move that is just pretty much a better version of a previous move.
Oh, okay.
So that's
Was
why
Bite better than Tackle?
That's why you were smart getting rid of Tackle for
Okay.
Bite.
Cool.
Because it's still a contact move that is still your attack stat.
Right.
And my Pikachu knew Tackle, and I replaced it with a Body Slam.
Okay. In my mind,
Mm-hmm.
I wish I knew that. I wish they were Bite. Here's the description of Bite. Compare this with Tackle. You already have it.
They do that later
Okay.
on.
Good. I'm glad. Eventually.
Not in this game.
I'm glad eventually in Pokemon they do that.
Mm-hmm. So when you pop in Pokemon Sword or Shield into your Switch, you will be able to compare much more statistics than you may even need.
Do you want me to tell you which one I'm gonna get?
Again, Sword.
You know why? Because I prefer, like, in a Skyrim scenario, I'm much more of a sword guy than I'm a
Cap's got a shield?
Sure does. And you can listen to Excelsior right here on Joyclicks. But no, in video games, I'm much more of a sword guy. Perhaps I have a restoration spell or a destruction spell.
I guess I'll get shield then.
Okay. Do you want me to get shield?
I'll get shield.
Okay.
I don't really mind. Like, if
Were you gonna get sword or shield?
It honestly, you asked me this before. Now it just comes down to which legendary I like better.
Have they
on the
announced
box? They have not yet. So honestly, like, I could luck out and like the shield one could be awesome.
Cool.
But yeah, it's funny. I know this is a bit of a tangent, but it's funny. When it got revealed, pretty much most of the sentiment was like, "Who's gonna buy Pokemon Shield? Like, who?" But yeah, it's probably gonna have cool exclusives because they still keep that trend up.
Yeah,
each version does have exclusives.
Okay.
So
I went to the mansion.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
There's another thing I wanted to mention to you. In that department store.
Right.
So there's the TMs, there's the items that you can normally find in a mart.
Yeah.
There's also some stones.
Like Moonstone?
Similar to Moonstone. Do you remember seeing these?
I went through every vendor, and I was like so intimidated that I was like, I'm just gonna keep going.
So I believe one of them sells. I don't know if they sell Moonstones, but they sell Thunderstones.
Okay.
Firestones. Water stones.
Yes.
Leaf stones.
What do these do?
You used a Moonstone before, right?
Mm-hmm. To level up.
What did that do?
To level up, or to evolve Jigglypuff to Wigglytuff.
Correct.
So perhaps if I use a Water Stone on Wartortle.
No.
No?
There are specific Pokemon that can only level up to another form through the use of an item.
Okay. So...
And you may have one in your team currently.
Magikarp?
No.
In my roster right now.
In your roster that you...
Is that true?
That you frequent.
Dugtrio?
No.
Bellsprout?
No. I don't know if Bellsprout evolves with Leaf Stone.
Pikachu? Oh.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Okay. Well, Raichu? Is
Yes.
that the next one?
Raichu will come from your Pikachu if you give him a Thunderstone.
Oh, well, it's going to happen. I'm going to do that. Although Raichu looks weird. I ran into a Raichu.
Yeah, I mean, like, the sprite... Like, my
I know it doesn't matter, but, like, I like looking at
my Bulbasaur evolved into a Venusaur, and from behind now, like, my view of him, I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, I can't tell what it is. Like, I can see kind of leaves, but, like, yeah. The sprite art, in most cases in this game, is good, but especially from, like, your perspective, a lot of the time, it's like, oh, what is that?
So for characters like that, like Jigglypuff and Pikachu, do they only evolve that once?
In this game, yes.
Okay, so Raichu is not anything else. Wigglytuff is that. That's
yes.
it. Okay, I see.
Later on in the sequel, not sequel, I keep saying that, but in Gold and Silver, they add a thing called baby Pokemon, which are I guess they thought it would be cool to add a baby version of Pokemon that we know from Kanto.
Okay.
So, like, Pichu. Are you familiar with Pichu from Smash Bros?
Yeah, definitely.
Pichu evolves into Pikachu.
Oh.
So that way, Pikachu now has a complete 3.
I see. Interesting. Jigglypuff? Jiggles?
Get this. Igglybuff, I think?
That's not good.
Igglybuff.
No, I don't like that.
Yeah, there's a few like that.
Try harder, Pokemon Company. No, I'm kidding.
They won't.
You're doing good work. So yeah, I explore that. I'm very stressed out about everything. There's like 1,000 floors. So
it's understandable.
Just get out of here. That's what I do in video games. So I'm like, there's so much going on. I'm not gonna come back to you.
That's why I stop playing Assassin's Creed games sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. So I go to the mansion, and the weird person like I am, I don't go through the front door. I go through the back door, and I climb all the way up, and I got an Eevee just sitting there in a Pokeball. So it's mine now. I haven't really used Eevee that much.
Okay.
Real cute. I recognize Eevee from Smash Bros. So maybe I'll give Eevee a go. She, in my mind, Eevee's a she.
Yeah.
Eevee only has tackle and something else at this point.
Swift?
Yeah, something like
maybe?
that.
I know Eevee can learn Swift.
Something like that. So I don't. Is Eevee a particular?
So Eevee you learned about before.
Right.
You learned about through Bill's Pokemon
PC.
collection.
Yeah.
Do you remember who Eevee was with?
I have it right here. Where is Eevee? Yes, Eevee was with Flareon, Jolteon, and Vaporeon.
I wonder if there's a connection there.
There must be.
And I wonder if there's a connection to the city you're in and recent epiphanies you've had.
Okay. So I'm going to a grass-centric gym. Eevee must be... I don't know all of the types.
Mm-hmm.
Is Eevee perhaps an air type?
No.
Fire type?
Mm-mm.
What is Eevee?
Eevee's a normal type.
Why? Why does normal?
So you got Eevee in Celadon City.
Sure did.
It's Celadon, right? I want to make sure I'm right this time. Okay.
You are correct.
So you got Eevee in Celadon City.
Yeah.
You learned about Eevee and Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon together. You've also recently learned that certain Pokemon evolve by stone.
Yes.
Do you think there's any connection between all of those in the way you learn about them, the times you learn about them, the areas you learn about them? Do you think that there might be something connecting those?
Do I pick up one of those in each, or in certain gym areas?
So you can buy them in the store.
Oh, you can buy Pokemon.
No. You buy the
stones. Yeah.
And we just learned about Pikachu, right? Pikachu gave him a Thunderstone. He evolves to Raichu.
Does Eevee evolve to one of those? Really?
Mm-hmm. Eevee will evolve into one of those three depending on what stone you give it.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that cool?
I need a fire type, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, you got a Vulpix right now.
Never mind. Oof.
But you already got water and electric, so.
What would be the benefits of evolving an Eevee versus just keeping Eevee as is?
So, Eevee, the only way Eevee will evolve is through a stone.
Correct.
The reason Eevee exists, from my knowledge, is because odds are, as you play through the game, depending on the starter you chose, your team will have a deficit of a type. Like right now, I don't have fire either.
Okay.
I won't run into Growlithe for a while. So, Eevee, you just get gifted to you. Like, hey, here, have an Eevee.
Yeah.
And then you get the choice to modify its type.
How do you figure that out?
How do you figure what out?
How do you know, like, does anyone ever say, hey, you got an Eevee, if you give it any stone?
There's probably some NPC that says something.
Yeah.
I don't remember where I learned it. I think it might have been through the show or, like, on a guide or something. Because I know there was an episode of the anime where Ash was going to fight, not your rival, Ash. Ash was going to fight Lieutenant Surge and Pikachu.
Oh, Lieutenant Surge is in the...
Yeah, he goes through Kanto in the first season.
Oh, very cool.
So Ash goes to fight Surge and Pikachu loses, like, horribly. Because Pikachu is weak and he loses to his Raichu.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, my Raichu's great and your Pikachu sucks because you got to train him up. Clearly, you don't care if you don't want him to be strong.
Yeah.
And then Pikachu goes through this, like, insane arc of becoming stronger as himself instead of taking the easy way out and taking a Thunderstone to evolve. Cool episode.
Yeah, it is really cool.
Yeah, that's how I learned about evolution through stones, I think.
Okay.
So
interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe I'll mess around with Eevee. Maybe I will.
Yeah. If you have other questions about stones too, feel free to ask because it's not very clear.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of things in this where I'm like,
I'm shocked that you figured out the Moonstone that early.
You know why? I had it, and it's the only Jigglypuff was the only one.
Yeah, like that was just that lucked out that Jigglypuff was in your party when you got that thing.
So I did that, and it really I've caught a few more Moonstones, I believe, or one more.
That makes sense.
In Viridian Forest.
Yeah.
There's one on the right where I can finally cut and get in there.
Right.
So yeah. So I got Eevee. Pretty cool. Now I know that. Might do that. Then I go to... Then I was stuck. And I will admit I looked this up.
Okay.
I realized I needed the Sylph scope, or whatever it's called. And I looked at this up on the internet. I broke the rules. I apologize.
It's all good.
I needed to go to this, area with a poster and, flip a switch on it.
The game corner.
Yes, the game corner.
Did you explore the game corner at all?
before flipping the switch?
Yeah.
Not really.
Did you after the fact?
No, because this was another example of like too many NPCs in there.
Gotcha.
And that, like kind of intimidated me. I didn't want to talk to everyone.
So if you go, I'm pretty sure you can do this in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. You can. If you go up to the little pachinko slot machines, you can play slots.
Oh.
And
there is gambling.
Yeah.
Someone gave me like a coin purse.
Right. Yeah.
And I was like, this is a little insight into my mind. I'm not a gambling man, so I didn't mess with that.
Yeah. Well, Nintendo doesn't either, because as time went on, I think around Gen 3 or Gen 4, they stopped including game corners.
Cool.
And then in the recent remake of Gen 1, no game corner. Cut it out.
All right.
Like the rocket hideout is still there.
Yeah.
Spoilers. But
yeah. So.
Sorry. One last thing.
Yeah.
So if you earn points, if you earn coins, there's a prize shop on the right.
Mm-hmm.
There are some exclusive Pokemon in there that you can only get through coin purchases.
I don't like that. What do you got in there?
There's a Porygon.
Okay.
It is a man-made Pokemon.
Oh, I don't like that.
It looks like a PS1 model, like just like really low poly.
Yeah.
That's why it's called Porygon.
Okay.
Polygon.
Sure.
They just replaced it with an R. He's interesting. Like, he's a cool design. I think there's a Dratini in there.
Okay.
An Abra.
Does that go into a Kadabra?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then one other, I think.
All right.
Do you think Kadabra evolves into something?
Abra, Kadabra. I don't know.
Oh, let's just talk about that now.
Yeah.
So you did a trade earlier, right? You traded for your Farfetch'd.
Yes. Who I barely use.
Correct. So similar to the way Pokemon can only evolve through stones, there are some Pokemon that can only evolve through trading.
I see.
So a couple of them, like if you wanted to do that, we would have to find a way to, like, we would just have to trade.
Right.
At one point. Back in the day, it was a little risk sometimes, because like if you have a super high level Pokemon that you need to evolve, you trade it to a buddy.
Wouldn't give it back to you?
He has to give it back. And maybe you just end up with like a level 2 Rattata.
I can see a lot of schoolyard fights.
Oh, yeah.
Ensuing.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, there are some that only evolve that way.
Okay.
Kadabra is one. So if you don't have any friends, then you can't get an Alakazam.
Abracadabra, Alakazam.
Yeah.
Very cool.
There's a few others that are like that. Like Graveler will evolve through trade.
Okay.
Machop's second form will evolve through trade.
Yep.
So
yeah, I pull this lever down behind this poster after I beat a Team Rocket member. And then I go to the right and there's like a secret hideout. And this was very annoying.
Oh, the Rocket hideout?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't, again, this is another thing I had to look up because I was like, I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, that's fair.
And there was these things on the ground that made you spin.
Oh, the teleporting pads?
Yeah, I hated that.
Oh no, the directional pads.
The directional pads.
Like the boost pad things.
Yeah, did not like that.
Yeah, it's hard to tell too, because especially you see so little of the room.
Right.
So you can't tell like what panels go to what.
I wish there was something in this game where you could like move the camera in which you can like see what's ahead.
You still can't move the camera, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. In
like today.
Really?
No right
What's it
analog
look
stick.
Is it still top down?
It's top down, but it's widescreen.
Oh.
So you see more of the field.
I see.
And
interesting. I thought it was it's not third person action.
No, well it's kind of like it's still a top down angle. It's probably at like 45 degrees looking down.
Okay.
And more isometric, I guess.
Okay.
But Sun and Moon started a thing where they actually I think X and Y did this too. The first games on 3DS that were 3D. There are certain areas that will change the camera angle.
Oh.
To make it like a cinematic sort of thing.
Oh, cool.
So Sun and Moon, like certain routes will put it like right behind you. You can't tilt left or right, but like it's straight, and it's like you're looking at your guy's back.
Right.
Some cities, it's like, hey, third person down a street, you can't move, but like that's what it changes. It like pans down or just cuts. I think Sword and Shield is doing something like that too. Doesn't look like we have a right analog stick camera yet.
All right. Well, we'll see about that. So yeah, this is very difficult for me to get through, but eventually I get through it, and I fight this guy named Giovanni. And he's got
a team.
He's got a team that I go through. Not really of note.
Really?
I don't think so.
Wasn't hard.
Not really. There's an Arbok.
Arbok?
Yeah.
Okay. Arbok, do you know what that evolves from?
No.
Ekans.
I've seen an Ekans.
The snake.
Yeah. That's the one with the move that like will keep hitting you like later
Rap,
on.
yeah.
Yeah, rap.
Also, Bellsprout can learn rap.
Okay.
So this happened to me the other night. There was a trainer that stunned me with Bellsprout and then used rap, and then I was screwed that entire fight.
Oh yeah.
Like I couldn't do anything. But so yeah, Arbok and Ekans. Do you know if there's some fun little thing there?
Arbok Ekans now.
So Ekans is a snake.
Yeah.
Do you have his name written down, or do you have Arbok's name written down?
Yeah. Arbok.
Yeah. Arbok is like a cobra, you'd say.
Okay. Yeah.
Look at his name and say cobra again.
Stupid. Really dumb. It's Cobra backwards, but with a K.
And Ekans.
I don't have Ekans written down. Hold on, let me write it down. E-E-K.
E-K-A-N-S.
E-K-A-N-S. Snake. They're having fun there over the Pokemon
They are.
Company. Was it always called the Pokemon Company?
I think so.
Okay.
Well, like, maybe.
Yeah.
Game Freak is like the developing studio.
Okay.
And the Pokemon Company is like, we own everything.
I see.
So it must have came out after it got huge, but
Okay. Regardless, someone's having fun. So yeah, I got the Sylph Scope. And then I go back to Pokemon Tower.
right.
And I go back to the very end. And it revealed a wild Marowak?
Marowak.
Couldn't catch this thing. Wouldn't let me. Didn't like that. Seems cool.
You mentioned a fondness for Cubone earlier.
Yeah.
Cubone evolves into Marowak
Why can't I catch it?
because it's a ghost. It's dead.
That was a dead ghost.
Team Rocket killed it. No.
I run into a Golbat.
Yeah.
Golbat.
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 I hate Golbat.
But regardless, I defeat that and get the Pokeflute
Yes, you do.
from Mr. Fuji.
Mm-hmm.
And I know what I'm going to use that on, but it's not time yet
Okay.
because I'm going back to the gym.
Correct.
And Erika is the leader of this gym.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a bunch of grass types.
Yes. Hey, did you talk to the guy outside?
Yeah, he said something like, I really like this gym. There's a bunch of girls in there.
There's a bunch of pretty girls in here.
Yeah, really weird.
Yeah, creep.
So I go in there and I actually like face a lot of issues with this because I imagine a grass type can be
You have no advantage right now.
defeated with a fire type,
Yes.
I would imagine. And I don't have a fire type. Water type doesn't do anything.
No, water's weak to grass, actually.
Yeah, okay. That's
So
good
is
to know.
ground, so your Wartortle and Dugtrio are kind of screwed.
Actually, Doug Trio is doing me some good stuff.
Okay.
Because I think he's really OP with Dig.
Okay, that makes sense.
Well,
Well, yeah, because you wouldn't avoid an attack.
So what this room looks like, there's like two girls that I fight, like left and right, that I have to fight, I'm pretty sure.
yeah, it's kind of like a grass maze, like
Yeah.
a hedge maze.
Then there's 4 standing side to side to side. I have to think about that. Girls that I have to fight.
Mhm.
And I imagine one of them is Erika. So I fight one because I just run into one. And it's just a random one. And I was like, okay, I don't want to fight all of these.
Mhm.
So I'm going to like just guess. Go to the left, fight someone. And again, I'm like snaking back and forth between the Pokemon
Right, yeah.
Center because I'm just screwed at this point.
Mhm.
And I know I'm like, I don't have anyone. So I guess I did my Vulpix.
Yeah, but you
But
didn't
I
know.
didn't have the. I don't know if Vulpix had fire at that point.
Probably not.
Yeah. So I keep going back and forth, and then eventually I make a guess, and it happens to be Erika, the leader.
Mhm.
She has a victory bell,
Mhm.
something in the middle that I forgot to write down. Do you remember?
I haven't fought her yet.
Yeah, and a Vileplume.
Yes.
And these all kind of screw me up except for the middle one. I'm using
Was that
Doug.
Weeping Bell?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay.
So, something with a W. Doug Trio and Bellsprout saved the day.
Oh,
So Bellsprout is a grass type.
yes.
Grass type cannot defeat grass type with grass moves.
Yeah, and you can't do much damage either.
Exactly.
So you just like chipped away.
A lot of chipping away. And
okay.
and this is what I don't know if I'm playing Pokemon correctly, but that's what I was doing.
I mean, honestly, you're taking the same approach I've taken in the past.
yeah, so I was using, it wasn't cut. Was it vine? No. It wasn't.
Was it rap?
It might have been Rap at that point. Now I have Mega Drain for Bellsprout now, but I think it was Rap.
So Weeping Bell and Victory Bell, those two, right?
Yes.
Do you know what they evolve from? You have a guess?
No.
Victory Bell, Weeping Bell.
Oh, Bellsprout.
Yep.
I see.
So if you liked either of those, maybe
Okay.
worth sticking around.
All right. Bellsprout, does Bellsprout just evolve normally?
Yes.
What level?
To my
do you know?
knowledge, I don't know.
Is there a certain level where it's like this is going to evolve,
Always. Every Pokemon has a specific level they will evolve at.
but it's different for each Pokemon?
yes.
So
But
I'm-
it never changes within that beast.
okay. I'm level beast.
I couldn't think of the right word.
That level. I'm at a level 18 for Bellsprout.
Okay, it might be 20. Because
Alright.
I caught an Oddish, which is my version of your...
Yeah. Okay,
Um,
I'll stick with it because
Yeah.
might as well.
And Oddish evolved into Gloom at 20, so I think that's about right.
So yeah, Erika I think was the hardest gym I've faced so far. 'cause
Yeah, that
I
makes
didn't-
sense.
I didn't have an advantage. But eventually we did it.
Nice.
Bellsprout and Dugtrio really did it for me. I got the Rainbow Badge.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
4 badges so far.
4 badges, and up to level 50 Pokemon will obey me.
There you go. So now you're going to go off, aren't you?
Yeah, and I can. Oh yeah, big time. And I can use Strength in and out of battle. Don't know what Strength is yet.
Strength is one of the better HMs.
Cool. What does it do?
It's similar to Cut. It's a move that helps you traverse the environment,
Mm-hmm.
specifically in caves, I think always. And then it's a pretty solid move on its own.
Okay.
So don't feel bad if you want to give one of your more regular people Strength.
All right.
Because Strength is pretty good.
So yeah, and that's where we're gonna leave off here.
All right.
Got
so
my 4 badges here. Let me give you my my time here. I have 15 hours
nice.
in the game.
I think I'm around like 11 or 12 right now.
Currently, I have 8,000 Pokebucks, as I've come to call them.
Mm-hmm.
4 badges, 4 remaining.
Halfway there?
Halfway there, I believe
Where are you?
Where am I? Am I? Or am I?
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. I believe the 8th one has. The 8th one has, if I remember, has the little question mark.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder who that is.
Yeah.
It's definitely the one in Viridian City.
Maybe.
I would say so.
Who knows?
Maybe it's Professor Oak.
Also,
Maybe it's Ash.
I feel like you breezed over this pretty fast with
Yeah.
the Team Rocket hideout. So you
Right.
got through there. Lots of wheezings and coughings and all them. So Giovanni's the leader of Team Rocket.
Yeah. Oh, the leader.
Doesn't he say that?
I didn't know if it was like the
He's
leader
the
of
boss.
that branch or like the leader of all time.
He's the boss of Team Rocket.
Okay. Seemed pretty nice to me.
Really?
He like just gave me a Sylph scope. He's
Yeah,
like,
I guess, yeah.
He's like, you defeated me, so here you go. It's like, all right, guy.
Yeah, I mean, like, they kill Pokemon. Like, that dude must be a scumbag.
Yeah,
right?
he must be a scumbag. But
Yeah.
like for me,
He's
for some-
Italian.
maybe yeah, maybe he respected my
Mobster.
ability.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he gave me this.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe he's coming around again sometime.
Perhaps.
Team Rocket isn't going anywhere.
Yeah. So that was a leader. All right. Well, now I know. I've
Yeah.
defeated him. So come on. All right.
Well,
yeah.
You caught him off guard, maybe.
Perhaps.
Maybe he didn't have his full team with him.
Oh, maybe we won't be seeing the last of them, I imagine. But we'll get there sometime soon. So yeah, that was episode 4 of My First Mon. You can catch every episode every Wednesday on YouTube and podcast services like
Mhm.
Apple Podcasts and Spotify. You can follow Christian at Chris N. Buckley
On Twitter.
on Twitter. You can follow me at Fascinated Jack. You can follow the show at JoyClicks
On Twitter.
on Twitter, and you can subscribe to JoyClicks on YouTube. Next episode is going to be the 5th episode of the show. It's going to focus on the 5th gym.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine I'm going to encounter the Snorlax, play a flute for him,
Play a Diddy.
play a ditty. That's what. No, I got the flute from Mr. Fuji. Never mind.
Yeah.
And then we'll head southward
Mm-hmm.
onto a land I yet have discovered.
Do you have... So, I want to end on this. You're halfway through your journey of badge collecting.
Sure am.
You got probably, what, like 20 to 30 Pokemon you've caught so far?
I think I'm close to 30, like 25-ish. Yeah.
Do you have any expectations coming up on things you haven't seen yet, or like some element that you think could be cool, or like maybe it's a this kind of city, this environment, something like that?
I don't know. Maybe a volcano section.
Okay.
Because I haven't faced a fire type gym.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe something like that.
Okay.
Snow area, perhaps.
Interesting.
I don't know how that would look on a Game Boy. But I don't know. Something regarding elements.
Okay.
And types of Pokemon.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. So we'll see about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for more, you can find us on our social medias. You'll catch us next week for My First Mon. Thank you very much for joining us.